me and Dad is just coming from Christiansburg, Virginia, and we're headed towards Salem, Virginia, and then our final stop, Roanoke, Virginia. So come along and ride with us, and me and Dad is going to talk a little bit about where we're located, and Dad can tell you about him riding on this road back and forth to work for at least 23 years or longer, because he's from Pulaski. So this is the original 81.
This is old 460.
And this is 460 right now that we're on.
This is the old way we used to have to come to Roanoke before they put in 81. I recall back in the day when they was building 81, you had to travel 460 because they had to cut through all that mountain over there. I put a lot of wear and tear on vehicles going back and forth to the arsenal. About 40 miles one way, and I could almost count the trees and tell you the house or whatever in that enough time coming to and from. But as I got up to Christiansburg, I was looking at the change. Man, it had changed so much in the last 25
So then tell us a little bit about the changes that has happened in Christiansburg alone since you was a young man, since you're from Pulaski, Virginia.
Well, the change I can see is just a lot of money, time, and I reckon you would say like updates. Buildings that was there was there now that wasn't there back in the day, and just it had how it grew. This is very if you took me back up there now and took me down through the old 460, I wouldn't know a lot of from one thing to another, because they had changed. They had so many buildings, so many things have turned around. They reroute the road, everything up there.
Okay, so when you look at the old 460 compared to 81, which one did you prefer more? 81 after it was rebuilt, or would you still take 460 any day?
Well, I'll be honest, if you're in a quicker to get to Roanoke, I would take 81. But back in the day, the old 81 was made for like very few cars. But now, 81 is such dangerous, so many cars and tractor trailers out there. It just, I'd rather be on 460 now. It's so dangerous with all the remodeling of 81,
right,
widening road and everything. It's people's not paying attention. It's just too dangerous. Every week you see about two or three people that had wrecks, one or two and lost their lives.
That's true. And guys, we're talking about right here an area that's more rural than Roanoke City or Roanoke County. This is more the urban part of the outer skirts of Roanoke County and Roanoke City.
Yeah, Christiansburg. Roanoke
right there, the sign is showing 26 miles, so you're in the rural parts of Southwest Virginia. Dad, growing up in Pulaski, what were some of the things that you remember?
So many things. We had a good child life. We didn't have much, but we enjoyed our life. We stuck together, we played together, we hung together. If one needed something, the other one had it. If he had it, he shared it. It's just a different environment time. And people just look like there's more family oriented then than now. Everybody's independent, and it's all about me. And when I came along, we shared and just enjoyed life. We didn't have much, like I said.
Right.
What we had, we made the best of it.
Right. And
I wouldn't give my childhood for this time, now.
Any day.
Any day. It's just so disobedience and things going on when I see the young people. Not all young people, but a whole lot of young people. It's so disobedient and disrespectful and just don't care.
Right. And guys, what we're trying to bring to you now is not only are we traveling, but we're picking up topics off of my father's generation and also my generation. Now, what my dad sees, disrespect and all of that. I'm just 35 years old, and I came up in a time where, you didn't take disrespect from nobody, but at the same time, if somebody did disrespect you, you're gonna disrespect them back. In his time, it was more like if an older person disrespected you or something like that, a little bit older than you, you know, you would be quiet and you go on about your business. In my generation, we ain't gonna tolerate that. No, we're gonna check you at the front door.
Right.
Now, is it right? No, it's not right. But at the same time, there has to be a level of respect between both peoples.
Right.
Because if it ain't, it's gonna be a serious problem. So I see where he's coming from with the younger generation, you know, not listening and want to do it our way. I understand that. But at the same time, my generation feels like his generation was a little bit softer in certain areas. But then again, they didn't come from much. Our generation has a more vantage point than his generation.
Right. But through it all, we made it. We didn't have, like I say, we didn't have much, but what we had, we made the best of it. And I can just remember times, you know, coming to Roanoke to concerts and things. And B4 or 5 was in cars coming down this old 460 highway. We'd be just flying and with our girlfriends on the side. And we just have a good time. One pass the other and blow at the other, and then next thing I pass him and his girlfriend. We just having a good time.
Right.
Yeah.
And guys, the location that we're located at right now is Charlottesville, Virginia. So Dad, when you decided to move to Roanoke City, what was the reason why you were attracted to Roanoke City when you could have moved anywhere in the United States?
Well, what drew me to Roanoke, I had an older brother that lived in Roanoke, and he worked at GE. I ain't gonna call his name, but he was there, and I used to come to Roanoke on the weekend because, you know, in a lot of times in the 70s going into the 80s, Pulaski started going down, and I said, it ain't got much to offer anymore. So I started coming to Roanoke and enjoying the things Roanoke had to offer and stay overnight with him. And next thing you know, I said, if I'm gonna be going to Roanoke every weekend, I might want to move to Roanoke. So I decided I'll make Roanoke my home. So
okay,
that's how I ended up in Roanoke.
So compared to Roanoke today, how was Roanoke back in the 80s? I heard we had amusement park and there was a whole lot more things going on in that time. I just feel like Roanoke, Virginia has went a little stale because it's not attracting the younger generation, and the younger generation is moving more further south, maybe Atlanta or Charlotte or Greensboro. What do you think could be some changes that attracted you in your time, and what could be some things that could change now for our generation?
Well, it's like this. Every generation have a different something, you know, they're looking for something. But back then, Roanoke had a lot more to offer. They had concerts, they had block parties, they had all kind of things to try to keep the young people entertained. Then, going in from the 80s into the 90s, when we start having all this, then next thing you know, the other young people start coming in, fighting, want to shoot, and the city looked around and said, well, if this was it's going to come down to, we're going to have less of this kind of thing. So it kind of started dying back, and Roanoke, you know, they try to offer things for the younger people. Don't get me wrong, there still thing goes on, but there are certain people that will still go in and try to disrupt anything that the city or anybody's trying to put on.
Right.
Try to get us some attention.
Right. I feel like Roanoke should do, you know, more looking into things for the youth, because if you don't bring stuff for the youth, it's going to be more and more problems in this city. And guys, Roanoke is one of the most beautiful cities that you will see in Southwest Virginia. If you've never been to Virginia, come on down to Southwest Virginia and, you know, get a good feel of what we're trying to say, because if they brought more attractions, I think it would keep people around, even though Roanoke, Virginia is a city that is on the edge at certain times. It's really a beautiful place to visit. Guys, like and subscribe to the channel. Click on that notification, leave a comment. It's your boy Fresh Visions. and my father Eddie's visions. And right now we're just having to sit down while we drive on our way back from Christiansburg, Virginia to Roanoke, Virginia.
Well, this is Eddie's vision. I'm gonna just say have a great day, great week. Be blessed, and talk to you later. Catch us